Hi, and welcome back to my side of the laundry room. This week, we're going to discuss why I hate getting rid of HBO.
I don't blame you.
Luke Skywalker's new fashion sense has everyone in uproar. So stay tuned. And how did you spend your dorkdom this week?
Mourning the loss of Game of Thrones.
As I said,
Honest.
I dropped HBO last year.
And I get it.
It's only going to be 7 episodes. I ain't going to miss nothing. What the fuck?
This is, if you're a GOT fan, this was a great season because it kind of tied some of those
Dude.
loose.
If you are a fantasy fucking fan,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
a D&D player,
absolutely.
a Pathfinder player.
But I mean, I feel like we finally got a payoff. You know, we struggled through 6 years of the family, the Stark family in particular, like being separated across Westeros, and to a certain extent.
Hold a minute, we need to stop. Are you going to say any spoilers?
Possibly.
Possible spoiler alerts.
Okay. But you kind of got to see everybody come back together. The reunions you had hoped for, which, with Game of Thrones, you don't know if they're going to be happy or sad, because you really don't. You know what I mean?
And you're to the point where it's like, she's this close to happiness, when's she going to die?
When's she going to die, or when is somebody close to her going to die? Whatever. But there was... and truthfully, and I even posted something on Facebook, I think you may have saw it. Somebody did a great little parody of the A-Team.
Yes.
So it's all the great characters that you wrote, like Mormont and Snow, and they're traveling across the wall. And this was just a simple story in a episode and a quarter, and it was the best episode and a quarter. And
that's where the fantasy, it's epic high
Yes.
fantasy. I mean, I've seen shit on YouTube and stuff. I mean.
And here's the thing, I can't emphasize this enough. I think the shortest episode this season was like 52 minutes.
Right.
Okay, and that 52-minute episode was fantastic.
It's like somebody was saying it was only honestly 3 hours shorter than a full season.
But more importantly, they are literally making a movie a week. So when you watch it, it is. I mean, and then when you look at like the price tag of the episodes, I'm stunned
It's motion picture money.
They didn't. It wasn't more. I mean, it's not like not like when you're watching Hercules: The Legendary Adventures, and it's like, some of the effects in that were rough. Well, I mean, they were rough. It's not some, but you watch Game of Thrones, and it's like. Yeah, that's the fucking Night King. You know what I mean? Or there is one scene after the destruction of the caravan in the next week. I think it was episode 5 or 6 in the season, and it's just a very simple episode. And it's Dany's dragon, and it perches on a mountain, has the sun behind it, and like you're watching, it's like that'd be an awesome fucking poster.
And you know what's great about that show? You're watching it; it's natural.
Yes, there's no, you know what I mean. You don't feel like
you're caught up in the grandeur of it.
You are.
It's just like
you are. I mean, it's really.
Speaking of Facebook, a buddy of ours posted after one of the episodes. I wish the characters were as excited at seeing dragons as we were. Which is true. Everyone's got like it's a dragon. like this dry humor to it. Nobody's like, holy fuck, they do exist. Oh my god.
The closest you get to it is John. Yeah. Because there's one particular scene where I
haven't seen any of that. So excuse me.
No. You're exactly right. But there's one particular scene where she lands with the dragon. And the dragon comes face to face with John. And you're like, well, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? And John basically pats it on the snout, and but you can see that. I mean, your reaction, his reaction is kind of like, if you're Jon Snow, I have seen the dead walk. I've seen
giants.
I have seen giants. I have seen things that
I have died and come back.
I have seen things that most people can't comprehend. So for me, I think his reaction to dragons is the only one that fits. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a very poignant scene in scene 7 where they're the meeting of the council. So it's all of them. It's Dany. It's Cersei. And she comes in on a dragon, and nobody is Cersei. You would have thought would, like, you know, pop a rock right there.
But what about just normal villagers like running and locking the door and shit? Normal city denizens are all like, look at that goat now, fucking dragon.
I mean, cheerio. But I mean,
on the chimney sweep,
chimchimery. But
jump.
But I mean, it's really well done.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can say is, if I have to wait a year, which I have no fucking choice anyway,
right,
to see season 8, I'm fine with it. Mm-hmm. If this is the payoff, if this is what it, right, you know, a year
right,
wait or whatever it was, this is the payoff. Fine.
And hopefully, I'll be out of my contract, go back and get HBO again.
But yeah, but you understand what
catch up.
You know,
yeah.
Or just come over one Saturday. Got HBO Go. They're all right there for you. Yeah. You know, just say the word. You know, so, but. Fantastic, honestly. And it just seems like here recently, there isn't a week that goes by that we're not getting some little snippet or some little tidbit about The Punisher coming to Netflix.
Yes.
And
very exciting. Very exciting.
That is, yet again, casting, quality character. Looks like it's going to be freaking great. But not only that, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with an 8 or 9 episode story arc with The Punisher. Because we've never really gotten that.
Cross country, so hopefully they're small, self-contained.
Bookended stories, you know, with maybe a common thread.
I'm the man with no name,
right,
coming into town.
Right.
I'll kill all the crackheads.
Right.
Peace, and go to
the next town.
He'd be like Incredible Hulk, but with guns. As he's driving off.
I was thinking more of a highway into heaven, but okay, fair.
What, microchips that old guy? Like, what you doing? An angel.
I'd watch that too, but it seems like it's going to be really well done. Of course, Defenders dropped 2 weeks ago, I guess at this point.
Yes. Which, that did the heart good.
I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I have some issues,
I'm
but
not talking about any of that, but. Them fighting side by side
was great.
Anytime they were on the screen all together, awesomeness.
I agree. I really think somebody has to look and see what you're trying to do with Iron Fist, because I'm not sure what you're trying to do with Iron Fist. But I'm
trying to root for you.
I am. I really, and you know,
I do enjoy it, but it's just not to the caliber of the other
of the three. Yes. You know what I mean? I think Kristen Ritter is just fantastic.
You know, one thing I have to applaud real quick.
Sure.
The first episode, when it went to each character to build up to it, how each segment looked like that series.
That is so smart.
Was dark.
That is so smart.
As soon as Luke Cage comes on, it's hip hop, and you know, you're like, oh.
And the blue shading with Kristen Ritter and Jessica Jones, that was very smart. That
was awesome.
I really enjoyed that. I also liked to see the unification of the hand.
Yeah. The hand thing bugs me in this. But
I'll tell you where it failed. The most interesting character for the hand was the Hunter character, and he was introduced way too late in the season, in my opinion. Because he was the most. We have seen Madame Zhao now in 3 different shows. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We have Sigourney Weaver. I know what they were trying to do. I don't know if she was right for it. Nothing against you. Right. God, I love you. You have no idea. I really love you. But she just wasn't the right person, I thought, for that character.
Or maybe she was stepping aside and letting new actors that she respects act a little bit better. I like to think the positive that she was doing it as a
all right.
Go on, Next Generation. Wow, you know,
okay.
That kind of aspect of it.
Liked Elektra more in this, than I did in Daredevil.
That brat. They went too ham-fisted with that. Yes, it was in the comic. Yes, she drove Maseratis and shit and was a bad girl. Yes, but
Were you disappointed about Stick? Because I was. I would have liked to seen that.
He'll be back. I have a sense.
Oh yeah, it's Marvel. Nobody dies forever.
Anyone connected to the Hand in any way, shape, or fucking form.
You know what I really hope for, since we're talking about Punisher and Defenders? I don't know about you, but I would love another sprinkle of Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Yes. That is, to date, as far as the Netflix villains go.
Smart, because they're leading us on. One day he'll be back. They're great shows in general. They don't need to do things like that. But I can see why they're doing it.
I can too. It's just, I think, as far as the small screen Marvel stuff, he's so good.
Yes.
He's so good as that villain. And he's so convincing as Kingpin. I just want to, it's just complete selfishness. I want to see more of it. That's all it is. So, I'm hoping he pops up in the Punisher series, which would make sense. And maybe even a little bit of the Daredevil series, which would also make sense. And, if he even popped up in either one of the new season of Jessica Jones, which is also, kind of would make some sense. So any of those, I can see an opening for him.
Definitely. Just sure. Spitballing here for a second. If they were to add another urban Marvel show, what would you want it to be?
Moon Knight.
Me too.
I think it's the logical choice.
Do you think it would come across cheesy or hard to do with his split personality, mental issues?
I don't think they would do that.
You don't think so?
No.
Just a pure vigilante?
Yes.
Maybe praise to the moon, so everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they would
God, the whole
something.
9 yards.
I think it'd be more along those lines. And I think if you do it more like the more recent incarnation of Moon Knight with the more black, shadowy with the white cape, I don't think it would look as silly as the all white. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Because white leather, which unfortunately they'd probably use. Yeah, it just never looks white enough, and it's kind of.
But not only that, you're going to have to try to keep it clean while filming. I'm just being realistic. I just think I would look, better. That's all. So, but I think he is. If you're going to do it, that's where I would go next. Personally,
do you think that takes it to another level, or do you put Moon Knight on the same level as them, power-wise? He doesn't really have powers, but his mythos.
I think his type of character would fit in well with the Defenders. Now to add to that, I like the concept of the Defenders as it was. So it was a group of characters that always were not selling well in Marvel, and they were put together as a comic to try to boost sales for other titles.
Like the first members of it were Submariner.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Human Torch, like the
first Adam Strange, or Doctor Strange, excuse me. So I would like to see an aspect of not necessarily a revolving door. I would like to see like Iron Man or Iron Fist and Luke Cage be like the cornerstone of the Defenders, if that makes any sense. But I would like to see some other characters. But I say that still wanting to get seasons of Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Do you understand what I mean? Like they don't always have to get back together as the Defenders to make.
Yeah, kind of like with the Avengers movies, even though they kind of ended up being an Avengers movie.
I think that would also be smart. I would like to see, and I know that's asking a lot, but I would love to see a little Chris Evans cameo or something like that. You know what I mean?
Tiny spoiler, it was Entertainment Weekly, but they showed Misty Knight with her cybernetic arm.
Oh, okay.
It would be just so simple just to say, oh yeah, it's Stark Industries.
Yeah, well, I agree with you.
It doesn't mean Tony Stark has to have anything to fucking do with it.
No, just that the Stark Industries
scientists at his disposal.
But here's my thing. I like Don Cheadle a lot. I think he's a great actor. And his Captain Power thing is fucking great. Or
Captain Planet,
just good stuff.
Tree bitches.
Anyway, that would be a great of all the Avenger characters to see a War Machine, whatever. You know what I mean? I just would like to see that.
I mean, even so much as Ant-Man, like when Falcon popped in. How,
Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple.
A lot of people complained it didn't feel organic, but fuck it. It was
Who cares?
Awesome.
It was a great...
But it was a way to bridge them in a fun way.
Yes, but of all the characters that you've been introduced into the Avengers, is not Falcon going to be the guy who's going to undersell Ant-Man? You can't have Ant-Man against Iron Man because Tony Stark's going to realize
also, for maybe humor's sake or whatever, Falcon's the most normal dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So to be like the, whoa, man.
If it isn't Renner, it's Falcon.
Right.
If it isn't Hawkeye, it's Falcon. And speaking of Ant-Man, that was the other thing that dropped this week. We got the still scene of Wasp. And
I'm kind of disappointed. It's cool, but it just looks like Ant-Man's suit on a woman.
Yeah, that's kind of...
I wanted a little
the black and yellow or
something.
Or you know what?
The skirt and the pointy hat.
No, that's stupid shit. But no, what would be cool is if they stick to the comic. So that's just an outfit she's in for...
Until she finds her own identity kind of thing?
Well, no, but she's only in it for like 2 scenes. And then the next scene, she's in another outfit because...
Like, I just can't pick. And she keeps working.
But that's what she does in the comics.
Yes.
She's in a different outfit almost every time.
She's a fashion designer in the comics, too. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm hoping that this is just
definitely.
A concept suit or whatever you want to call it. But I guess we're dancing around it. So let's get to the big news that
is it big news, though, honestly? What we're talking about is...
Hamill.
What magazine?
Well, he dropped it on Twitter originally.
Well, it appeared on some magazine.
Entertainment.
No, it was a European
magazine. You're right, yeah.
And it was Luke Skywalker, not decked out in the robes that we see him in the trailer and everything, or the toys.
Looks like Daddy.
But a black outfit that the wide knit of it almost makes it look like chainmail. Did you notice
Yes,
that?
and very reminiscent of the Vader look to it with the tunic type tucked in.
So with your comparison to Vader, that has made everybody online say, spoiler, he's going to turn evil. You know what I see?
Go ahead.
I see him just in battle gear.
So do I. So you and I
fucking wore black in Return of the Jedi, for Christ's sake.
And here's the thing: the look of Return of the Jedi is very reminiscent of Vader, or in particularly. Okay, I see him. I envision, and here's my thing: if it does go that way, that he's evil, okay, that's kind of cool because because it puts us on our ear. And there's so many people out there that's like, well, I already know what's going to happen because Episode 7 is the worst movie ever made.
Yeah, and already, the Topps trading cards are out, so they're looking at the titles of them. Oh, this is a spoiler. It's like, the Resistance runs away. I mean, that doesn't spoil shit.
Was that before or after the hangar blows up that we saw in the trailer?
Anyway.
Who cares? That's my point to this is... I agree with you. If anything, it's more of a modern interpretation of the Return of the Jedi outfit. So if Luke's going to war, if Luke's going to war for whatever reason, defend sister perhaps, or save sister perhaps, because what could get Luke off of the planet? Well, okay, especially shit's going down. Against everything. My nephew's dead, or my best friend is dead, and my nephew killed him, my ex-pupil. My sister is in trouble, which is what I believe is going to happen. What's going to pull him out of the mothballs?
And the thing is...
I don't think Luke's going to be sidelined on this one.
I think The Last Jedi just refers to him or her just saying, fuck it.
I think it's her, but
we're going to be warriors.
I agree.
And I'm sure that
warrior monks, which is what they were originally. Right.
No good, no evil.
Right, we're going to go settle the score, and I believe, like I said,
that's what I think it'll be.
I agree.
So he's a good guy getting revenge. So you can't even say anti-hero.
No,
a real.
But that's what everyone's going to call it if that's the way it goes anyway. But that's what. But Luke was an anti-hero in Return because everything about him visually was not Jedi-y.
And I think
Jedi-y.
I think because we're talking about a time in Star Wars where there was no mythos. What you saw on the screen is what you got for the most part. You pieced that together. So, visually, with no mythology to it, you have Luke in white, Luke in tan, now he's black. Of saying, here's this progression, now he's a badass. I don't think it had anything to do with...
But it's the same thing again.
Only Sith wear black. I don't think there's any of that at that era. It's just Luke is like, yup, he looks like a badass. And just went with that. And then people as myth got built around it, people now see it and like, oh.
Yeah, well.
But let's go back to ground zero with it, and it just meant he was a badass. Be happy with that.
That's what I still say, if it's not, and it is what everyone speculates, which I get a newsflash for you, it's not going to be what you speculate.
No.
Because it's never been you have to give them this. Whatever we speculate, that ain't what the fuck it is, okay? Because nobody wants... The last thing Disney wants is for somebody to be in the crowd. I knew it. Yeah.
Especially after the backlash of Force Awakens. It's just like New Hope.
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, if you mean that it's good like New Hope, then yes, it's just like New Hope.
Or it's built on the same story structure. Okay.
So is every goddamn... Yeah, I was about to say, every Marvel movie, I get a newsflash for you, every one of them. Every one of them. It's all about going after a MacGuffin, unlocking a door, saving the galaxy, whatever. Insert storyline here. But it's all going to be the same.
And that's from the dawn of literature.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Shakespeare.
The same story structure.
But yeah, he's a badass. That's what I believe in my heart of hearts.
Do you think he's going to use a lightsaber? That's the big debate as well.
I hope he does, and I hope he uses the blue one. I mean that. Or we see some hybrid Luke with a blue and a green, which I'm fine with. If we see a not a double-sided, but a two-sided,
What if they go the route of, like Clone Wars Rebels, because it is canon, that when you forsake either side, your lightsaber turns white?
If that's the case, I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. And that means Rey's using essentially Luke's and Anakin's lightsaber at that point, which I'm also fine with.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of interesting things. I mean, people are just focusing on the bigger issues, but...
Is it really bigger, or is it just well-played marketing to get somebody talking about it 3 months before the movie comes out, It
is. But...
It's going to be on our lips for the next, 12 weeks. So
it's like, I don't think people... Okay, let's think about it for a minute. Oh, no, he doesn't have a lightsaber. People are all pissy about that. None of the toys come with one. None of the pictures we've seen has one. Well, did we see one on Rey?
No.
No. Fucking third wave of the toys.
That's what I'm saying. We finally saw it.
Because they gave people time to watch the movie and, oh, holy shit. Which I think is what happened with that Monopoly debacle.
I do too, but
because that got made months before.
Of course it did. So why would you spoil the fact that...
Right. They could have waited. Maybe that was their faux pas, but they only worked off of... When you buy... When you get a license, you get a big binder. And some of it has a timeline of...
What can be produced
release
when.
Here, release here, release here.
Because guess what? Nobody wants another Marvel Comics disaster. So, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Return of the Jedi comic, or Empire Strikes Back, no, Return of the Jedi comic, shipped the week before the movie came out. So anybody who went and bought the Return of the Jedi Marvel Super Special, which was a magazine that yay big, and they were great, man. They were awesome. And it confirmed that, Luke was, in fact, the son of Vader. So people kind of knew the outcome before they bought their ticket.
Well, granted, those had to be comic readers or kids that stumbled upon it.
Exactly. It's not like today's social media where if somebody read it, it would be out Twitter sphere in like 30
on
seconds.
there.
Exactly. But still, that was something that Lucas has been...
And the novelizations would come out sometimes a month before the fucking movie.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't like the assault on all the senses like
that it is now. Absolutely
nowadays. We would see... I mean, there'd be only 4 movies a month would come out. Right. It would seem, at least in our small neck of the woods. I'm sure bigger cosmopolitan.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
12 screens and shit. But, I mean, for us, it was just 2 movies at a time.
Yep.
And they would stay forever.
Yep.
I mean, I remember seeing Gremlins fucking 3-4 times.
Yeah, sure. Because you were just right.
And that wasn't like back to
because they'd be in a theater for 6 weeks. You know, it wasn't, well, you didn't have the home video sales.
Right.
It wasn't as getting it in and getting it out.
Right.
You know, that it is now, of course. But I
that's
just...
where the real money's made.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Streaming, digital, whatever. Also this week, big news. If you haven't seen it, you need to get it. If you haven't gotten it, I recommend it. There's a lot of good stuff on it. The Guardians of the Galaxy Blu-ray came out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Big stuff, good stuff, enjoyable. I love it, obviously.
Yeah. I got it. Because it was... Walmart nowadays, it's like the first day.
It's cheap.
Rollback,
it's cheap.
And then they raise it.
Yes, I did the same thing. I'd rather spend $16.99 than $24.99 or whatever the fuck it was.
It's gotten fucking crazy. Sorry to go off subject, but I remember going to Target on a payday. $10. Yeah. Oh, a brand new one would be marked down to, you know, a little bit cheaper.
15
that first week or whatever. So you got to get it, you know.
Yeah, it's the right time to get it. It was cheaper.
It has changed.
Especially
so
a Disney
much.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you first came out, it was cheaper to buy them on the day that it came out or week of or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I followed that shit. Like, I got the Donald Duck tin ones. But I never got that fourth one because they did not advertise it at all. I didn't know even fucking came out. And now that motherfucker's like $400 online. That's the only one I'm fucking missing.
Of course it is.
But anyway.
It's rare.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's you know, kind of the week of dorkdom, unless I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting anything?
Super psyched to see it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be able to see it in the theater. But the whole 80s backdrop has me super excited.
And we're that much closer to Stranger Things.
Yes. Fucking yes.
Which, you know, if you're a fan of us, you know we're all over that. We're waiting with bated breath and anticipation.
Yes.
So,
and surprisingly, a lot of the world, too. That's the one thing about that show.
And the one thing we do need to talk about that's right around the corner is my man is going to Disney.
Oh, yeah.
So there's, you know, there might be a little lull in videos. Might be. We're not sure. We're trying to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. But when he gets back, we're going to talk about going to Disney, and we're going to talk about everything you liked about it, and
kids' point of view.
Yeah, kids' point of view, which is awesome. You know, so good things are coming.
Yeah.
You know, good things are coming. Good stories are coming. Stick with us.
Oh yeah. And if you like what you see, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Give us a thumbs up. All
Absolutely.
That good
And we're on Facebook.
And
both
comment, man. I mean, I love getting the comments. I love
good and bad. People. Good and bad. Tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Downs.
Yeah.
I'd like to, if you do that, I'd like to know if it's
because
of our content. You don't like what we're dissing at the time.
Are we too handsome for you?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That happens a lot, it seems like, in our disappointing toys thing. So people might just have an opinion, like, you're fucking off your rocker. But,
yeah. You know?
But let us know what the thumbs down are for. It's cool. I mean, it just means people have an opinion of what you made.
And that's all we're doing is giving our opinion. You know what I mean? We're not right. We're not wrong. We're just saying what we, you know, our personal experiences. But we're probably right about Luke. So, and everybody who thinks he's Vader is wrong. So, and Snoke is cool.
Someone posted on Facebook where they had this new Snoke figure, and it's like, it looks like Freddy Krueger walking out to get the mail. Because he has like a bathrobe on and stuff.
Oh, by the way, Force Friday, right here, and the new toys came out, and some of them look really cool. We're just following pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Both of us have to work.
Yeah, haven't been.
So just haven't been able to pick them up. If anybody can tell me how the fuck the Royal Guard sees, I'd really appreciate that. And you heard it here first. That is a total ripoff of the Krull Imperial Soldier. Okay? That was the same exact outfit. They just made it brighter. That's all it is.
And it is the first time in history where we see a round robin. Krull stole from Star Wars. Now Star Wars steals from Krull. And now the serpent eats its own
It's the
tail.
circle of life.
Yes. It might be one of the signs of the apocalypse. I don't know.
No, the sign of the apocalypse is a remake of Krull.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone, Hollywood.
No, make it. Make it. I want to see it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You know it's going to suck.
Yes, it will.
It'll have none of the magic of the original.
Oh,
that
you're
only
so
comes
right.
from A, being a kid, and it being the 80s.
But I'd like to see a new Cyclops.
Yeah, the actor would just be wearing a green mask, and they'd just CG.
Just stop it. You're no fun.
Not when it comes to that, my friend. Just say no.
But we could get a proper glaive finally.
I'm sure somebody somewhere's got it.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway,
your hope for that to watch a shitty movie is pretty sad, my friend. Use Google, motherfucker.
Oh, and to wrap it up, we got a new Blade Runner trailer this week. We did.
Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet.
I'm actually interested.
Really?
Yes, I am.
And I know your feelings of the original Blade Runner.
Yep, that is one of those things that has escaped me, and I don't understand why. I've tried to give it, you know, I for the people who love it, God bless you. I have given that movie an honest try. I really have. It's not, I just because you almost wonder, you know, it's like, hey, is it just me? But and apparently it is. So, but this I think looks cool. So, you know, I like the fact that Decker's in it, and I like the fact, what's his name's in it as well?
Edward James Olmos?
No, well, he might be.
That'd be awesome.
But Batista.
Yes.
And he's almost, and it took me a minute to realize that it was him. You know what I mean? But so I think it looks. I think it looks cool. I want to check it out.
It definitely does. I haven't checked out the new trailer, but they had me from go pretty much.
So, good week, man. Good week. So
yeah, we have a lot of good weeks. It really is an awesome time to be a dork.
So if anything, if you're watching this, wish my man a happy journey, and tell us your thoughts on Luke. We really are curious if you're seeing the same vibe we are, and also, you know, some of our other observations. Are you guys excited for Punisher? You know, those type of things. That's
hit us up.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks for watching. It's been My Side of the Laundry Room Live. My name's Rob.
And I'm Chris.
See you next time.